If your everyday shoes could talk about everything they've been through, they would have filed for vacation ages ago. But no, they keep soldiering on while you search for the perfect replacement. Time to make life easier for them and your feet. If shoes could speak, we'd hear a daily plea. Girl, please, not today. And yet we keep putting on that same pair just for an hour, fully aware that hour will stretch into a whole day. That's exactly when the hidden war between style and common sense begins. Let's be honest and break down why seemingly ordinary shoes can sway your mood and how the right pair can do more than complete an outfit. It can save your entire day. Many people still believe that comfortable shoes are boring, as if the moment you pick something soft, you automatically look like you stepped out to take out the trash. But that myth needs to be retired already. Real comfort isn't about wearing giant safety slippers. It's about a pair that adapts to your lifestyle. Some people spend the whole day on their feet. Others dart from task to task, and some sit for hours but still want to feel lightness when they finally stand up. And in all these cases, no one's feet should suffer for style's sake. There's a funny pattern. When shoes are uncomfortable, it's never just your feet that feel it. First, the arch aches, then your calves, then your back starts humming with fatigue. By evening, you're ready to become a person who wears fuzzy slippers everywhere. No one warns you that the wrong pair can ruin not only your stride, but your mood. And comfortable shoes do the opposite. They give you this odd sense of inner calm, like everything in your life suddenly aligns. Each of us has bought shoes based solely on their looks at least once. Yes, they pinch, but they're beautiful. And for the first 10 minutes, everything is indeed great, right up until your body realizes it has been tricked again. It's wild how a tiny bit of pressure in one spot can turn a day into a mini disaster. But the moment you find a pair that fits just right, the feeling is like solving a tough riddle. There's another reason why comfortable everyday shoes are a true must-have. We wear them far longer than we notice, from the front door to the bus stop, from the stop to the office, then to the store and back home. All these tiny distances add up to a real marathon. So when your feet still feel good at night, it's not a miracle, it's the payoff of a smart choice made in the morning. Sometimes the right shoes set the rhythm. When your step isn't constrained by pain or pressure, you walk faster, lighter, and somehow feel bolder. The right pair adds spring to your stride, straightens your posture, and brightens your mood. Even tasks seem easier because nothing is distracting you. It's like your shoes whisper, "I've got you. Don't worry, go take on your day." That's why conversations about everyday shoes aren't just about fashion. Or rather, not only about it. They're about quality of life, about coming home not exhausted but satisfied with yourself and your day. Sometimes one small detail, a comfy pair, changes the whole experience of a day. Funny how the best life upgrade sometimes starts not with a new phone, but with a smoother, easier step. And now that it's clear comfort isn't a whim, but the foundation of a good day, it's time for the fun part. Let's explore which pairs actually work and why some handle daily routines better than others. Ready to meet the ones that can save your morning, afternoon, and an evening. Every day comes with its own demands. Sometimes you need to move fast, sometimes to look put together, and sometimes to simply survive the heat. And while we juggle style, mood, and comfort, there are 4 categories of shoes that do it better than the rest. They're like a reliable team. Each has its role, and together they support you all day long. The first thing that comes to mind when talking about everyday endurance is, of course, sneakers. Designed for people who live in the rhythm of get everything done and then some, they long ago stopped being just athletic shoes. Today, they're a blend of style, airflow, and softness. The cushioning takes the edge off every step, turning even long walks into a gentle warm-up. Sometimes sneakers save the day, even when you didn't plan them. You step out casually, then comes a call, an important meeting, and suddenly you're walking faster, confidently, effortlessly, because your shoes keep you in rhythm. No wonder more and more people choose them not for the gym, but as their go-to pair. When one item solves half your daily problems, it's hard to resist. If shoes had job titles, loafers would be personal assistants. Elegant yet unobtrusive, they require zero effort. Slip them on and the look is done. They're perfect when you want to appear polished without suffering for the sake of looking polished. Their subtle structure creates a sense of order, gently nudging you. You've got this today. They're especially great when you need to balance comfort with a business-like vibe, One precise detail, and you're already making an impression. Some shoes seem to say, let's skip the drama. That's flats. Lightweight, flexible, low maintenance, perfect partners for easygoing routes. They often become a favorite pair because they don't demand attention. They don't pinch, don't clash with your wardrobe. They just do the job. It's surprising how confident you feel in shoes that don't try to steal the spotlight, but create a sense of harmony. If the day is full, yet not overly active, they're a reliable choice that always works. When the temperature climbs like the world has turned into an oven, sandals become salvation. Airy, light, minimal in construction, maximum in comfort. On hot days, they let your feet breathe, allowing you to remain a functional human who isn't suffering every 5 minutes. And with so many options now, you can find a style for any outfit from minimalist to statement. They also remind you, sometimes life is simpler than it seems. Sometimes all you need for a good day is for your feet to feel the breeze. And if the straps are soft and don't rub, that's practically a vacation. Each type of shoe has its own superpower. Sneakers support you on active days, loafers add effortless style, flats give you lightness, and sandals save you in the heat. Together, they cover nearly every scenario from office marathons to relaxed strolls. And the best part, one of them will always match your personal rhythm. Now that we've met the team, it's time to tackle another important question. How do you know a pair is actually good? What should you look for when choosing everyday shoes so you don't suffer at night? Here comes the most useful part. Picking everyday shoes is like choosing an ally, a small decision that determines whether your day feels energized or whether you count the minutes until you can finally take off that torture device. Stores are full of gorgeous styles, but a few signs help you tell a winning pair from the one that will end up shoved into the back of your closet in a week. Let's start with the main rule. Good shoes don't try to convince you they're comfortable. You feel it instantly, that little click. Your foot settles in naturally, nothing pinches or rubs. If you have to endure discomfort and reassure yourself it will break in, well, you know how that story ends. The right pair doesn't demand sacrifice. One of the most important markers of quality is foot support. The insole should gently follow the shape of your foot, distribute pressure, and spare your arch from fighting for its life all day. You'll really notice it by evening. If your feet feel lively, the insole did its job. If they're exhausted, like they've been lifting weights, the support was weak. Materials are next. Everyday shoes endure heat, humidity, long walks, so good material is a necessity. Natural leather, soft textiles, quality mesh let your feet breathe and prevent that sauna effect. When your feet stay dry, your mood stays lighter too. Since we're talking about weather, ventilation is huge. Even the most stylish pair becomes torture if your foot feels trapped. Tiny perforations, mesh panels, lightweight fabrics all make shoes feel alive instead of airtight. Comfort directly affects your stride. When your feet are happy, your step is freer and more confident. The outer sole is the hidden hero. It should be flexible but not flimsy, springy but durable. Quick test, bend the shoe slightly. If it moves naturally, great. If it folds in some odd spot, keep looking. The right sole gives you stability, like walking on a soft trail, even when you're on concrete. Pay special attention to how the shoe secures your foot. Adjustable straps, padded heel counters, laces that don't untie every 5 minutes. All of this creates control. Your foot shouldn't slide around or escape when you step. And the support shouldn't feel like a vice. It should be firm yet friendly. When choosing shoes, consider your lifestyle. Active days need cushioning, calmer days need lightness. Jobs with long hours of standing require arch support. Lots of walking calls for a soft sole. Shoes should adapt to you, not the other way around. A tiny life hack. Judge the fit not in the first few seconds, but after a minute. First impressions can lie, but after a minute you'll know whether pressure is building somewhere. If it still feels good, you found your pair. And remember, shoes can be beautiful and comfortable. Modern designs hide advanced insoles, cushioning, and soft inserts inside. Sometimes those invisible little details create that perfect step, like the shoes were made just for you. Choosing a good pair isn't a lottery, it's a checklist. When support, materials, cushioning, and overall feel align, shoes stop being just an item and become a small superhero of your day. Now for the next step, the most practical one. Tricks that save time, money, and nerves when it comes to everyday footwear. Many think it all comes down to price or brand, but the winners aren't the most expensive, they're the most thoughtfully designed. One small habit can save you more money than a sale, and a couple of simple practices can spare you years of frustration. Let's cover the tricks worth adopting so every purchase works for you. There's a nearly magical habit that many ignore. Try on shoes in the socks you actually wear daily. It sounds silly, but it prevents tons of mistakes. Thick socks, thin liners, nylon all change the fit. If you try shoes on with the thinnest possible sock, the fit at home may disappoint you. Another key point, the time of day. Our feet run on their own schedule, smaller in the morning, slightly swollen by evening. Buying shoes in the morning makes it easy to end up with a pair that squeezes later. Trying them on closer to midday is a more honest test of real-life conditions.